Happy Monday, everybody. This is your Doom Report for, what is today? Monday, February 16th, 2026. Hey, I found some very interesting thing in the what we'll call the X-Files that explains a lot of things. So we're going to get to that at the end, but bear with me. So here we go. Officials have offered few details as the search for Nancy Guthrie continues into day 16. California is getting slammed by a dangerous storm and up to 8 feet of snow in the mountain areas and life-threatening floods. So if you're in that area, I hope you were prepared because y'all knew it was coming. Obama has come out and clarified his views on aliens after saying that they were real on a podcast. In other words, he probably stuck his foot in his mouth and now he's backtracking. Despite Epstein's toxicity, Steve Bannon stood by him, texts indicate. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. With the latest rollback, the U.S. essentially has no clean car rules. Marco Rubio says that Viktor Orban's leadership is essential to the U.S. interests. Epstein's ties with academics show a seedy side of college fundraising. This is a report from the New York Times, like they just figured out that all these people are corrupt. Oh, by the way, it's all of them. An Islamic party becomes Bangladesh's main opposition for the first time. North Korea has opened a housing district for families of its soldiers killed in the Russia-Ukraine war. Ukrainian's ex-minister is charged with money laundering after trying to flee. What, you mean they're stealing our tax dollars? No, who would have guessed? India is hosting a high-stakes AI summit drawing 20 leaders and top tech CEOs. Pam Bondi has been criticized after saying all Epstein files have been released, because we know that's not true. Iran says potential energy, mining, and aircraft deals are on the table in talks with the U.S. Well, I still don't look for that to go anywhere, but Trump says that the Board of Peace members promised $5 billion for Gaza rebuild. The U.S. military has boarded another oil tanker in the Indian Ocean after tracking it from the Caribbean. This is another Russian oil tanker of their shadow fleet. Europeans are pushing back at the U.S. over claims that they face civilizational erasure. Well, you know what? We're actually right on that one because the Muslims are taking over their countries, and yeah, they'll be gone soon if they don't do something about it. Trump has met with Netanyahu and told him he would support Israel strikes on Iran ballistic missile program, says CBS News. Keir Starmer to extend the online safety rules to AI chatbots after the Grok scandal. I don't know why he's worried about that, because he's in the X-Files too. Border czar Tom Homan says, I don't like the masks on ICE officials, but they have to protect themselves. At least 6,000 people unalived over 3 days during the RSF attack on Sudan's El Fajr, according to the UN. The NAACP asked judge to protect against misuse of voter data seized by the FBI in Georgia's Fulton County. Don't forget, guys, that there is a partial government shutdown going on right now. And the U.S. and Russia are supposed to sit down and talk more ceasefire deals. So expect there to be a big attack tonight, because every time they do this, the day before the talks start up, Russia has a big offensive into Ukraine. So keep an eye on that, but I'm pretty sure that's probably going to happen sometime tonight. Kennedy says the FDA will act on the ultra-processed food petition, but indicates there will be no new rules. So in other words, they're not going to act. Protest and skepticisms continue in Minnesota following the announcement that the federal surge is ending. Netanyahu says the Iranians are lying and that he's skeptical about future U.S. deals with Tehran. Well, I honestly can't blame him there at all. Chinese New Year is coming up on February 17th, and it is the year of the fire horse, which actually tells me nothing, but maybe I'll look into that. Legendary actor Robert Duvall has passed away at age 95. The space station has returned to a full crew complement after a few months. Measles have been exposed to people at the Philadelphia International Airport, according to the city's health department. Colorectal cancer is rising in young people, it says, and here's how to lower the risk. Well, I can answer that question. Don't take the jab juice. Okay, that's about all the regular news. So now let's get into what I found in the X-Files. It is very, very interesting and does explain a lot of things. So a lot of people have wondered how long this has been going on. And a lot of us, I think, are pretty sure this has been going on for decades, possibly even centuries, but we don't have any proof of that. Well, now we at least have a timeline. So in the list of names that they released, I don't know, Saturday night, Sunday morning, whatever it was, this one stuck out. Anybody recognize that name? Now, the interesting part about that is that explains two very important things to us. First of all, it gives us kind of a timeline of how long that at least we can track this has been going on. Because Mr. Presley has been deceased since 1962, so that's 64 years. So we can at least say it's been going on that long, probably longer, but now we at least have some kind of time frame that we can track. Now, the second thing this tells us, and this is very important too, is that Mr. J and Miss G are not the first caretakers of the shenanigans. There's been more. There's probably a recent one, because I'm sure this is still going on. So just the fact that somebody on the list who has been deceased for 64, going on 64 years, is on there tells us a lot of things. And I haven't even heard anybody talk about this, so I don't know if I'm the first one that noticed or I just haven't been in the right places to hear about it. But, so that's very, very interesting. So that is your Monday edition of the Doom Report. Keep doing the things, guys. Head on a swivel. Learn new skills. Make sure you tell the ones that you love that you love them. Don't wait for SHTF, because it's not going to wait for you. We will see you all on the next one. Long live the king.